Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to convert this bunch of motifs into a print design using the print preview mode on Adobe Photoshop. So let's get going. Alright, so let's get started. So I actually rendered this bunch of motifs into a 3D look in another video which I've posted on my channel previously. You can have a look at that video as well, how to convert any motifs or bunch of motifs into a 3D look anyways. So in this video, I'm going to use print preview mode and create a print design out of this bunch of motifs. Okay. For that, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'll tell you where print preview mode is. It's like a mode which makes your life easier. If you're a textile designer, especially, it'll make your life easier because it can produce seamless connections for your print designs, which is an amazing thing. Also, this mode also produces a block, which many of the print designers understand, the textile designers understand that they need a block in order to a repeatable block in order to get their design printed as per the industry standards. So let's get going. So when you click on the view, you will see this pattern preview option. You click on this and whatever the dialog appears, just press OK. And now you have your print preview mode. So you see this outline here. This is your block where you're working. Whatever you do here will affect the entire design. Okay. So you want to zoom it out first, control minus. You zoom out, you look at your design. Right now, it's a very boring, monotonous design because it's repeating in a very straight repeat way. So it doesn't look that interesting. So let's make it interesting. So in order to make it interesting, what I have done is I've already cut this yellow flower motif into a separate layer. So I have this separate layer for this yellow small flower, which I've cut from this actual design in one of the previous videos. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply move this, and the moment I move this, you will see the effect happening in the entire design. I'll first select this small motif layer, right? This one. And then I will press Ctrl T, right? Then I will move this wherever I want it to be. For example, if I want it to be here, so see, this is like the preview mode, print preview mode here is showing you the overall look of your print design, right? So I think this is a better place for this small flower. Also, you can change its position, but before doing anything to it, always press Ctrl T, transform, and then move it. I can also scale it. I can also scale it up or down. It depends on how I like it. I can also rotate it. So the moment I rotate it or scale it, it will give you live effect on overall print design, your overall design, right? So let's say aesthetically, if I'm trying to balance out this negative space around it, I can move it like this, and I can make it a little small, reduce its scale. Otherwise, this scale would not have any difference between this big yellow flower and small yellow flower. So if you feel like rotating it more, you can do that as well. So I've rotated it. I've reduce its scale, and whenever I feel this is a perfect scale for it, now press enter on your keyboard. Okay. So now this position is fixed. Now you cannot move it. You have to first move it by pressing Ctrl T and then move, scale, rotate, whatever you want. And now once you press enter, do not do anything to this. Do not move it. Otherwise, I'll show you what it happens. Right. So it doesn't look nice this way. Anyways, now what you need to do is, now the design looks a little better, but it still is monotonous in a way that it does not have any, connections. It does not have that overall print design effect. So what I can do here is, let's say if I take my brush tool and reduce and increases its hardness to 100%, and on this opacity 100%. All right. So let's say if I select this color, I want to make a stroke out of this color. So I select my dropper tool. I pick this color. Okay. And then I go back to my brush. Right. and I can increase the scale of my brush by pressing bracket up on my keyboard, right? This increasing the width of my brush. So let's say if I draw a line here, before drawing a line, I'll go down on the last layer and I'll make a new layer. Let's say I name this layer as connections, right? I'll press OK. I want it to be down here because whatever I do, I don't want my design to be affected with it. So I'm going to keep this layer always down, connections. Okay. And let's say if I draw a line here. So see, this effect is happening overall in overall design, print design. And again, if I want to draw a line here, let's say like this. So this effect happens overall. So now that you see, it is a little bit interesting in a way that it has some connections. This line has even, just see if I remove this layer, it makes a lot of difference in the design, right? Aesthetically. Now let's say if you're not happy with this wavy line and all, and you want a straight geometric line behind your motif bunch. So what I'll do is I'll get rid of this layer. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to make a new layer here. I'm going to name this layer as straight line. Okay. By keeping my brush tool selected, what I can do is I go to this straight line layer and make sure this is activated. So go outside this box, like this box. I'll go a little bit outside this box. I'll click once here, just once. Okay. Then I keep pressing shift on my keyboard, just pressing shift, not click, just pressing shift. And then I move my mouse here outside this box, keep pressing shift and I'll click here. Okay. This is now a straight line. I can do the same here. I'll click once, keep pressing shift, click here. See? So this is a straight line, sort of, connections behind the design. It looks better, right? Now there's one more variation to it. Let's say you say that it's look a little monotonous. How about putting some, light color here somewhere in the background, right? You can do that as well. What we can do is you select another layer, make another layer. Okay. And you keep that layer below the straight line layer. So now I'm going to select my polygonal lasso tool and I'll go outside this box, click somewhere here and I'll keep clicking or following this green line. All right. I'm in between this green line somewhere on the center, right? And I'll double click and complete my shape here. Now, what I can do is I can simply press Alt backspace. So this color fills here, right? But obviously this is not looking nice. The reason is it's very vibrant and this green flower is almost camouflaging into it, which I don't want, but you can get rid of it. How? Press Ctrl D first, deselect. Okay. Now reduce its opacity. You've selected this layer too. Okay. And you just simply reduce its opacity a little bit. And there you go. Whenever you feel like it looks subtle, you can leave it there. You can also reduce its fill if you want, just to give it a light subtle look to change the monotony in the background. Now, if you zoom out, you see this is the effect of the design. Let's say you feel like no, it should be here as well. So what you could do is zoom in again. This time again polygonal lasso tool. Click outside this box, diagonally follow this line, stay in the center of this line, right? And keep clicking here. Complete your shape. Make sure you're on the same layer 2, and then press Alt backspace, right? So press Ctrl D. Now if you zoom out, you see a little different. So you can remove this. And now just look at the overall look of your design. Now I'm adding this straight line. See, it's a lot interesting now. I'm adding this boxes. It's a lot interesting now, right? So this is one way of doing making connections. So whenever you feel like this is done and you're happy, you need to save this into a blog. The designers, the industry, they need a blog, right? So you need to save this. What you could do is you should first of all remove the view print pattern preview mode. You should remove it first. Once it's removed, save it as a PSD file. Save as a PSD into a separate document. I will write the name block here, maybe. Save. All right. Okay. And now this block is ready. This is printable as many time as you want. It's repeatable. You can repeat it upside, right ways, left, up, down, any ways you repeat it. It'll never break your connections. So this is one way of doing it. I have another idea. Let's say if you don't like this geometric line and shape behind your floral motif, so you can get rid of this by turning the eye off of both the layers, layer 2 and straight line. Now let's say what you do is, let's say you have a plan to repeat the outline or use the outline of this motif behind the design. So you turn the eye off of all the layers except the outline. Okay. Now make a copy of your outline layer, like just clicking duplicate layer. Okay. Now move your outline layer on top of copy and also turn the eye off of the outline layer. Now turn the eye on of small motifs, and using this outline, what I can do is, like, I need to change its color. Let's say I like this yellow color here. So what I can do is, like, I select this yellow from here and click here on the thumbnail of outline copy and press Alt backspace. Right, so you have changed the color successfully. Press Ctrl D. Now you can reduce the scale. So for reducing the scale, press Ctrl T, transform. I can also zoom out a bit and see if I rotate this like this and also reduce the scale. I'm trying to make a bail out of it, this outline, right? So I'm placing this here and reduce the scale a bit more. When you're happy with the scale, press enter. I'm going to make a copy of it just by pressing Alt on my keyboard and click and drag. So I made a copy of it and I'm trying to connect these two leaves like this. Okay. Again, I need a third bail to complete this. I'll press Alt and drag. Again, I'm going to make its connection by pressing arrow keys on my keyboard. I'm going to zoom in and make sure it's connected properly. Right. Now, when you feel that this looks better, now I need to reduce its scale. So in order to reduce its scale, I'm going to select all three layers. I'll keep pressing Shift on my keyboard and select all three layers. Okay, outline copy. Now I'll press Ctrl T, transform, Ctrl minus, zoom out, and I'm going to reduce the scale a bit. Also, I need a little bit of rotation here. Also reduce scale more. I'm just trying to make a little connections here. Yeah, like this. Okay. Right. When you're happy with this bail, just press enter on your keyboard. Also, these are three different layers. You should merge it into one. So I'm going to go here and merge layers. Click on merge layers. Shortcut is Ctrl E. Okay. So these are all three merged into one layer. Then I'll turn eye on for all the layers. Right. So this is how the bail looks when it's behind. But now you want to see the overall look of a print design. So what you do is you click on view, you click on pattern preview, press OK, and this is how your print design would look. So in a way that if you just get rid of this outline, you could keep this idea of straight line and a pattern shape behind it, or you can use this idea. It's up to you. So what the point of doing this in the pattern preview is, whatever you're doing whatever you're doing inside this box is going to affect the overall design. It will happen live in the overall print design. So I hope you learned something new. This will solve your connection problems, repeat problems, and also you could now you know that how to make a perfect block which is repeatable, and save this file and get your digital prints done. I hope you liked the video. Do hit a subscribe. See you in another video. Take care.